My breakfast today is cream of wheat instead of oatmeal and instant coffee because I think I'm going to run to the store and get a few things like bread so I can make sandwiches. So the cream of wheat has, if you're curious, it was just made with water and salt. And then I put a little bit of sugar, a pat of butter, and some heavy whipping cream, the very last of the heavy whipping cream. I've only ever eaten it with milk, so hopefully it's good. So I've decided to go get a few things for the month. I budgeted myself this month for $25 only for groceries and any household items. So I have to make everything else last, like my toilet paper. I desperately need Kleenex. I guess it's not desperate. I guess I could, so if I really had to, I could use up all my little Kleenex packs that I bought to stick in my purse when I travel or go somewhere far away from home, or even like yesterday when I went on that little trail because it was chilly outside. It was cold. And my nose was running. So it's handy to have those things, those little tissue packs. So I try to keep some all the time in my purse. Anyway, I'm out of the big boxes of tissue. And I've been using up the little packs. So I'm going to buy one box, see if I can make it last all month. I'm also going to buy a loaf of bread, some cabbage, even though I have frozen cabbage in the freezer. I could use the frozen stuff for one of the dishes, but I have a can of oysters in the cabinet that I want to use. I'm going to make some fried oysters, and I always eat them with freshly chopped cabbage, raw cabbage, and rice. So I'm going to try and buy the smallest head of cabbage I can. I'm going to get some more milk, some American cheese, the plastic cheese, for my egg, rice, cheese, and cabbage that I've been wanting. Oil to fry I have a little bit of oil left, but it's not enough to fry up the oysters in. That's the only way I like oysters, is breaded and fried. So, and because of game night, I'm going to use up what shrimp I have in the freezer and the imitation crab meat. So I found this morning, well, not this morning, this afternoon, because I didn't get up till noon again. I found a recipe for seafood stuffed mushrooms, and the mushrooms are, in the recipe, they use real crab meat. They also say you can use imitation, so I'm going to use the imitation and probably some of the shrimp that I have. I have, I think, 5 or 6 pieces of shrimp left in the freezer from Christmas dinner. So I'm going to get some mushrooms, some fresh parsley, some Parmesan cheese because I don't have any Parmesan cheese left, and a lemon. And I looked on at Walmart, and all that comes to $23.77, and I'm gonna have to pay a little bit of tax. I think the only non-food item I have is tissue, so I'll be under my budget. So I'm gonna run to the store, and then I'll show you what if I got it for what I wrote down the prices. So hopefully they have the item that I looked up online and I don't go over. So I'm back. I went to Walmart. So I made a couple errors. One was thinking I can make these mushrooms for game night with just one. So I ended up buying two. However, I didn't go over my budget because the cheese I had picked out was actually for the larger pack. So I actually got this cheaper, the cheese cheaper than I thought it would be. Also, something else. The oil that I picked out was a tiny, I didn't look at the ounces. So the little bitty oil that I had picked out was $1 cheaper than this, but it was like a fourth the size. So let's see. The panko breadcrumbs were $1.87 for 8 ounces or 227 grams. The vegetable oil, which I usually buy either avocado or olive oil, but they were too expensive. So, and I'm just going to fry up, well, I'll use it all, but I'm just going to fry, I'm frying up oysters. So it's going to take a lot of oil because you have to make it deep in order to fry them correctly. Milk was $3.38. Now, I guess I could tell you the oil. The vegetable oil was $3.97, and that was for 48 fluid ounces or 1.42 liters. Bread, it's a half loaf for $1.96. A box of tissue. $1.78 for one box of tissue. Parmesan cheese was $2.24. It's a 6 ounce. It's a smaller pack, or 170 grams. American cheese, plastic slices. This was oh no. Oh no. It's $1.98. I unknowingly got the fat-free stuff. Oh. My one lemon, they were all kind of soft. But I figure I'm going to use it Friday. So I got the best one. I picked the best one I could. This is 58 cents for one lemon. The mushrooms, I got 2 packs for $2.08 each. And these are 8 ounces or 227 grams. Small head of cabbage. This was $1.87. It was 97 cents a pound. So I got the smallest one I could find. A bunch of parsley $1.07. So yeah, I'm 3 cents under my budget. Let's see if I can not spend any more money. And you know what I forgot? I forgot to get birdseed. I forgot to go check out Tractor Supply. That's where I've been buying the birdseed, and I totally spaced it out. It looks like it's gonna rain any minute. If it doesn't rain before I put all this stuff out and I will go show you how I use the weeding tool that my son got me. I'm gonna try and hurry. Okay, I'm gonna try and put the birdie bed together now. So the first thing it tells you to do is peel the plastic back about 1 inch past the holes. I don't remember doing this. I remember peeling the whole thing off on my other ones, but we'll do what it says. I've decided to do it on my table so I don't have to bend over because the bed isn't that tall. Okay, so I have all the plastic off. Well, not completely off. I pulled all the plastic back on all the pieces, and I'm just going to line up the holes. So I have one, I don't know if you can see that very good. I have one corner piece and a long piece, side piece, I guess. Cut my bag of nuts and bolts. And you want to start out by just doing these by hand without the tool, because you don't want them to be tight, so you can adjust as you put the pieces together. So you want to put the corners on the outside of the straight sheets. So the net goes on the inside, and the screw, I guess, goes on the inside. Okay, if you can see that. I'm going to move the camera to the other side so you can see. Okay. It's really simple. The screw goes on the outside and the nut on the end. And you just want them enough so they're not gonna move around. So I'm gonna do the other pieces. When you get to the side pieces, you're going to be putting braces on some of the pieces, and I'll show you that when we get to it. I don't know if my table's gonna be long enough, wide enough. If you have a nice table, I probably wouldn't do this, but mine is already scratched up, so I don't really care. Or you could put towels down or some kind of blanket or something to protect your table with. Okay, it's going to be a little harder now because I have to install the brace channels. So the side panels are going to be on the inner part of the corner. Corners always go on the outside. Let me see if I can show you. This one you can see that the corners are put on the outer part of the side panels. This is where another person would come in handy. It's really hard to tell. Okay, they are. It is like this. see this I'm doing. Okay. This channel is installed at this point. See configuration diagram marked in C for their location. Affix 2 lowest bolts only. Okay, so I wasn't supposed to put these two on. Oh. Where the brace rests on top of the corrugation, affix 3 remaining bolts above each channel. It's been quite a few years since I put the last ones together, so you have to take the braces before you put those bolts in and slide these down. Okay, that makes no sense. The brace rests on top of the corrugation. Why doesn't it look right? So it looks like this part is facing down. Yeah, a third hand would come in handy right now. In order to tighten them up, you put the tool that comes with it on, and you take a Phillips head screwdriver and you hold the nut with this and tighten with the screwdriver. Until it's tight. And you go around and do that to all of them. You don't want to tighten them until all of the nuts and bolts are on here, and screws. Not, I guess they're bolts. Because you don't want to, you want to be able to move it to adjust the panel. I think I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna I think I'm going to start my late lunch again because I woke up so late. I'm going to start making some rice so I can make some egg, rice, cheese, and cabbage because it sounds really good right now. It looks like it's going to storm any minute now. I thought there was only like a very small chance of rain today, but I guess not. Because it's so wide, I've had to prop it up on the chair. So I probably wouldn't recommend doing it this way for other people because your table probably doesn't look like mine. And you probably don't want to possibly scratch up your chairs. Mine are so old and they have a distressed look anyway. They're supposed to look distressed anyway. That was how they were bought. I don't really care. So if they get a few nicks, I'm not really worried about it. So I have to undo these because I think I put the braces in the wrong place. Yeah, I did. They're not supposed to be this far over. Oh well. It's lunch, egg, rice, cheese over cabbage, and a cup of coffee. So I've made this dish in one of my earliest videos. It's a dish from my childhood. It's really simple and it's filling, very good. This is how much I have done. I'm gonna go eat and take a break though. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it on the table. It's just too big. So I'm going to move it into the living room and finish it tomorrow because my back is hurting and I'm going to have to get on the floor to finish it, which I don't really particularly want to do, but I'm going to have to. I moved the Birdie bed after I took off one of the ends that I just put on, one of the side panels that I just put on so I could move it easier. Yeah, I'm thinking I shouldn't have tried to do it on the table. Maybe the first couple, I was trying to save my back and trying to get up and off the floor, which I do need to practice because it's getting harder and harder to get up from the floor. I know it's not good if you just don't do it anymore, and it just makes things worse, which I know. So I think I'm just going to relax. It is a little after 8 p.m. and then I'll eat dinner in about an hour or so. Probably just going to warm up some spaghetti sauce with those noodles I made yesterday. I think I'm gonna, I don't think I'm gonna have trouble sleeping tonight because I'm really tired. I took some Tylenol for my back a little while ago because it was starting to hurt from bending to screw those screws in. You have to, it's easier, much easier if you have a second person because one person can hold the screws in the panel in alignment with the holes, and the other person can just do the screwing the bolt or nut, screwing the bolt into the nut, and not worrying about having to hold multiple things together. It's a lot harder to do it on your own. It is a simple thing to do. It's just awkward to do it by yourself. The good thing is they're pretty lightweight, and I think once it's all together and I get the braces on, it will be all tight and I can just carry it out into the yard. I don't think that's going to be hard because I did my other ones and they were bigger, heavier. I think I did all those, the tall beds on my porch though. I think I did them and then flipped them to tighten up the bolts and the screws, tighten up the bolts and the nuts on the bottom after I did the top to save my back a little bit. So I think I'm going to put this video out in the morning. I'm going to try and relax a little bit. I might do some editing tonight and then I'll schedule it for tomorrow morning sometime, maybe 11 like I have done in the past. And then I'll finish the Birdie bed up. And I have to look at the weather. I don't know if we're going to get rain tomorrow or not. I haven't really looked. I know we're supposed to get rain sometime. I just don't know what day it's supposed to be. So thank you all for watching. Take care. I hope everybody in the, Louisiana and Oklahoma are doing okay. I just heard there's high winds and I think a tornado somewhere in Oklahoma. That's all I saw. Just kind of headline I read today. So y'all take care. Bye.